Hey, welcome. Whenever a big new scientific study comes out, we all get excited about the findings, right? But what we don't often think about is the human machinery behind it all. A whole team of people, gatekeepers really, who decide which ideas even get to see the light of day. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and see how it all works. So, yeah, this is the big one. Who actually gets to decide? Who has the power to look at one study and say, yes, this is important, and to another, nope, not yet? Well, the short answer is the editorial board. But that simple answer, it hides this whole fascinating and complex world of different roles and responsibilities, all working together to basically shape the flow of knowledge itself. To make this all feel a bit more real, we're going to deconstruct the team behind an actual academic publication, the Arab International Journal of Library and Information Studies. By looking at how they're set up, we can get a really clear picture of the model that thousands of other journals use all over the world. It's our window into how these gatekeepers really operate. Okay, first things first, we gotta zoom out a little. You see, journals don't just pop up out of thin air. They're almost always backed by a larger organization, something that gives them support, resources, and a sense of mission. Let's see who's behind our case study. So in this case, the journal is published by the Arab Institution of Knowledge Management, or AIKM. The best way to think about the publisher is like the bedrock. They provide a stable home, they make sure the bills get paid, and they handle the administrative backbone so the journal can actually focus on its scholarly work. All right, let's zoom back in from that foundation and look at the core team. These are the folks who are really in the trenches, the ones managing the day-to-day, a constant flow of submissions, reviews, and finally, publications. And right at the top of that pyramid is the most important person in the whole operation. And that is the editor-in-chief. This role, it's literally the beating heart of the journal. They have the final say on every single thing that gets published. They set the tone, they define what the journal is all about, and they are the ultimate guardian of its quality and its reputation. Basically, their word is law. And for this journal, that person is Professor Mohammed Fatih Abdahadi. It's so important to put a name to the title, right? It just reminds you that these aren't faceless institutions. They're real people making really critical decisions about where their entire field of research is heading. But of course, the editor-in-chief isn't doing it all alone. They've got a key leadership team. On one side, you've got the deputy editor, who's basically the second in command, ready to step in and help with the big strategic decisions. And then on the other side, you've got the managing editors. Honestly, think of them as the incredible project managers of the academic world. They oversee the entire machine, from the second a paper is submitted to the moment it goes live. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because this list shows you what it takes to run a journal today. You've got your traditional editorial roles like Dr. Sadek, Dr. Abid, and Dr. Sami, but look what else is there. Web management, marketing, even a designer. It's not just about the ideas anymore. It's a full-blown publishing operation, and you need all these different skills to make it work. Okay, let's zoom out one more time and look at the strategic level. Beyond the day-to-day hustle, there's this group of really experienced experts who kind of act as the journal's guiding stars, making sure it stays relevant and respected across the globe. This is the Editorial Advisory Board, and a great way to think of them is like a board of directors for knowledge. They aren't handling the submissions or the edits, but they are providing that high-level guidance. They connect the journal to their international networks, and they lend their own stellar reputations to boost the journal's credibility. And as you can see here, this is a truly global brain trust. Just look at the geographic spread. We have experts from the USA, Algeria, Libya, Iraq, Syria, Saudi Arabia, Egypt. Having this international group is absolutely crucial. It stops the journal from getting stuck in one narrow viewpoint and helps make sure its work speaks to the entire worldwide academic community. So we've seen the publisher, we've seen the core team, and we've seen the advisory board. But so what? Why does this whole multi-layered thing even matter? Why not just have one person call all the shots? Well, it all comes down to building that bedrock of academic trust. Look, here's the bottom line. This kind of structure creates what I'd call 3 pillars of credibility. First, having a diverse team makes sure every paper goes through a really tough and fair peer review process. Second, that international board helps spark global collaboration. And third, all of that put together builds trust. And trust, as we all know, is the single most valuable currency in the academic world. So in the end, every single role we've talked about, from the publisher giving it a stable home, to the editor-in-chief with the vision, to the advisory board offering that broad perspective, every one of them adds up to this powerful system of checks and balances. It's like a human firewall designed to protect quality, to ensure fairness, and to uphold academic integrity. And that leaves us with one last, really big thought. We live in an age of instant information, right? Anyone can publish anything they want online in a split second. So in this new world, is this traditional, careful, human-led system of gatekeeping just a bottleneck holding back progress? Or is it more essential than ever to help us separate the good information from all the noise? Something to think about.